Call of Duty.
Murder her.
I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 2 in 2012, and I only played it for about an hour at that. Everybody's been raving about the new Modern Warfare reboot? Prequel? This one. Is it the Game of the Year contender that I've heard people claim? Let's play back the tapes, and in the end we'll rate the game's aspects on this makeshift tier list chart I shittily made. I'm playing on the Xbox One, and if you want to skip to a review of this game in a nutshell, see the description below for a timestamp to jump through. Whoa! You see that? That's called a spoiler warning. Alright, I got an issue before the game even begins. I didn't capture it on footage, but Modern Warfare forces you to make an Activision account to even play the game. Like, fuck off, I just want a game. This was a half-hour process for me, by the way. It didn't like my password even though it fit the requirements. Then it soft-locked while trying to sync my account. 3 times! You guys just murdered the first impression.
Ow.
Oh, mature content warning. That's perfect for the single-cell humans who can't read one-letter labels on the game box. Okay, great. I sure wish it wouldn't pop up every single time I selected the campaign. I got the memo the first time. You know what they say, every good game starts with a terrorist attack. Oh, hey guys, that's a bomb. I'd probably get away from... Okay. Holy crap, graphics in these cutscenes are insane. This almost looks like live action. The facial animations, the level of detail, these are hands down the best graphics I've ever seen. So pretty much this blonde gal is like, hey, find that deadly gas, but don't kill any Russians in the process. I take control of Alex, who's like, okay, fog of war. Looks like we're hunting Slender, not terrorists. I don't know if it's because of how dark it is or what, but the in-game graphics don't quite impress me like the cutscenes do. Or even as much as the original Modern Warfare did in 2007. Whoa! Maybe I spoke too soon. This airstrike looks awesome. You guys want to lay back on some blue moons? Crack open a couple cold lawn chairs? Also, how did we know there were no Russians in there? Did we kinda just throw that rule out the window? You know, having these teammates take care of enemies for me is cool, because it gives me time to learn the controls. Not that they're that difficult, it's typical first-person shooter controls, but it's still a nice touch to have that open window. Not too much later, the playfield opens up and I get to try out my combat skills on my own now. There's a machine gun nest in the area, usually not good news, and it's the first of many throughout the game. Also, typically not good news. But this first nest comes in an area with a lot of cover, so again the opportunity presents itself for me to learn how to handle the situation. Grenade out! Oh shit! Well. We did kill Russians. Is I told you so too obvious at this point? Well, we got the gas anyways. 50% still passing, right? I actually really love how the mission ends. The US Marines are like, oh shit, we killed some Russians. Alright, let's leave. But then the Marines get ambushed by these insurgents who are all like, oh shit, we killed some Americans. Alright, let's leave. I don't get to say this very often, but what a hilarious way to start a war. Oh, well thank God they conveniently chose not to kill Alex. Lucky him. This general lady shows up to camp and is like, wow, you guys fucked up. But this is the only time she shows up in the whole game. The defuckery solution is to contact Captain Price, a reoccurring fan favorite. It's the mutton chops. Now I'm Sergeant Kyle Garrick, who is part of a squad hunting down some mongrels tied to the gas theft. Apparently we don't get sniper support because we don't want people to think we're at war? What could possibly go wrong?
On the ground!
Oh. I guess that could go wrong. The second mission, Piccadilly, adds some difficulty in a proper gameplay kind of way. For example, you're restricted to only a sidearm at the mission start until you kill and pillage something bigger. There's innocent civilians running amok that you have to avoid shooting, and there's just enemy fire coming from every goddamn direction. It's chaos. I really love when games raise difficulty by doing more than just do less damage and take more damage. Also, I watched this same cop get dome shot like 4 times in a row. Ow. Oof. Ouchie. Oh, my face. Oops. I shot this lady. No consequence there. Huh? What's this say? Ah, fuck.
Get it off me! George, I need you over here. Help me! Help me, I'm not one of them!
Hey, don't worry, sir. I just read the 6-second bomb defusal guide. Oh, shit.
Ah!
This cutscene is Kyle throws a tantrum and Price takes Kyle under his management. Now I'm Alex again. He's trying to convince this chick Farah to join their cause to hunt for the stolen gas. And Farah is like, pfft, gas schmass, we have a war crime every day. Her brother Hadir rudely walks in on our meeting, doesn't say anything useful, and we agree to fight the Russians, I guess. The third mission is just a stealth mission where we pretend to be citizens. It's pretty easy.
That'll do it.
Apparently, oil filters can conveniently fit on the barrel of Alex's 1911. You know, I do like that this mission gives you multiple ways to progress through the enemies. You can eject them with delicious oil, or you can sneak up by just holding a cinder block. Oh, hey guys, I belong here. Tier 1 block clearance, it's all good.
Think we fight this war with sticks and stones?
Hadir, you're kinda a dick. In this mission, I get to pilot RC-C4 planes during an assault on a terrorist airbase. Even though this part is clearly getting Hollywooded. Did you guys know C4 doesn't explode on contact, right? You can hit it with a hammer, you can light it on fire. Hell, you could make a C4 plate and microwave your taquitos on it. I'm not sure why you would, but you could. You're really losing some realism points here, Modern Warfare. Yeah, overall this mission's pretty plain and forgettable, other than the free use of C4 planes. Oh, and except for this part, this helicopter piloting is fun shit. I wish this happened again later in the game. It doesn't. Damn, this mission Clean House is my favorite mission in the whole game. You really get to act like a SWAT operative storming a hostile home front at night. What's your guys' call sign? Mine is Foxtrot Alpha Romeo Tango Mango. This mission really relies on your ability to take in a situation in the blink of an eye and react accordingly. The downside is that this mission is so short. Like, it only takes 5 minutes playing it blind. I wish it was longer.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot, please! They were going to kill
Don't
me!
move!
They
Stop!
locked me in here!
Clear. Oh, fucking hell. She was going for a bloody detonator.
Good job we dropped it in.
We made the right call, sir.
I'll bet your ass.
Is Kyle questioning killing a woman who would have blown them all to shit? Let's take this moment to talk about Kyle's character. I don't love him. He's always somewhere between complaining about not being able to fight hard enough, or complaining when he gets his way to let loose. Pick a damn mood, man. Next mission, Hunting Party. The plot is to capture one of the main bad guys revealed from the intel from Clean House. Gameplay-wise, it's pretty generic and forgettable too. You know what? I lied. I do remember Hunting Party. I remember dying a lot at the hospital entrance. Usually because my acid glue teammates would either shove me out of cover or just completely get in my way. Get out of the way, jackass! Oh. It'll be fine. I just wanted to show that, for whatever reason, it took 17 seconds to respawn me from that particular death. The next mission, the embassy. The terrorist forces are fighting back to free their leader you took into custody from the last mission. I have mixed feelings with this mission. Near the beginning, you see the second Big Cheese shoot a father in front of his child and wife. Then he shoots the child. This is a good touch. Hang on, don't crucify me. I'm not saying killing children is a good thing. Unless they steal your Klondike Choco Taco. I mean, don't kill children. But this guy does, and that makes me hate him. Which is something every video game should aim to achieve. You want the player to hate your bad guy. That makes me immersed. That makes me invested in the game, because now I can't wait to kick this guy's ass. Then this mission takes a step back, because guess what? Kyle's only packing a sidearm again. What the fuck, dude? You want to go all out, but you don't even bring a rifle to a gunfight. You could argue that in the Piccadilly mission, Kyle wasn't expecting to break into a full-fledged firefight, or maybe he was constricted weapon usage by his higher-ups, I don't know. But come on, you're gonna play that card twice? Did he not learn? He's the only one here without a rifle. Then we cut to an interesting little CCTV minigame where I need to sneakily guide an embassy assistant to my team. I didn't mind this little change of pace, although I wish Kyle gave better directions.
The other cubicle. Go now.
Bro, there's like a bajillion cubicles. You're gonna get this gal killed. You know what I noticed? Typically when you died in previous Call of Duty games, at least the ones I played, the game would show a famous quote from real-life historical figures. In this Modern Warfare, the game will quote its own character dialogue. It's pretty presumptuous thinking the scriptwriters are on par with famous figures, which they aren't by a long shot. This game picks the lamest possible quotes to deliver. Okay? Should I feel inspired? That's just Farah reaffirming with the group that the Russians gotta go from her country. That shit's just corny, dude. Let's talk about this flare part. You have to gun down enemies in a field that advance on your position under the cloak of the shadows. You have to set off illumination rounds, which are like mortar rounds that produce light instead of death. It's intense seeing the enemies one step closer to overrunning you every time you light up the field. On the other hand, having to cease fire to set these things off like 5 times every 20 seconds or so is irritating as shit. Fucking excuse me? How did my grenade not kill that guy?
Tell me a joke.
What happens when the CIA goes to sleep?
What?
They go undercover.
Not bad.
Probably better in English.
You told it in English.
Ugh, that whole interaction was just awkward. Not strictly because of this moment, but interactions between Alex and Farah are so cringy in general. I liked Alex early on, but as time progresses, he really struck me as a dweeb. Anyways, this mission's called Highway of Death. Not to be confused with that time we killed a bunch of dudes fleeing Kuwait. No, this is a sniper mission. Wouldn't be a Call of Duty game without one of these. It's pretty cool for the most part. You have to take wind and distance into account with your shots, adding a touch of realism that also adds a touch of challenge. A shit ton of fighting later, Hadir decides to...
Russian gas?
Yes! Now we send it back to the... The gas masks are in the bunkers!
Hadir, you're kinda a dick. Hadir! You are a total dick! Okay, so Hadir is the one behind stealing the gas and killing the Marines in the very first mission. A. Why the fuck did Hadir think Alex would be cool with the fact he was responsible for his for his team's deaths? Death? B. Why did Hadir not give a shit enough to prepare Alex, his soldiers, and his own sister for a gas attack? This isn't like holding your breath underwater, jackass. One good sniff and it's GG rip. Then he's surprised when Farah is pissed at him for using the gas. Oh my god, Hadir! Flashback 20 years, and I'm playing the mission Hometown as a little girl, Farah. My town just got bombed. I need to escape. This mission is mostly for the plot to explain some of Farah's backstory. The actual gameplay is honestly pretty minimal, which is kinda a shame, because Farah is honestly a very one-note, emotionless, and stale character. I was over her story pretty quickly. While meeting up with little Hadir at our house, we get attacked by a brute of a Russian soldier. Dad goes down, and it's up to me, like, what, 8-year-old girl? To take this guy down. It's all about doing stealth attacks, stabbing him with whatever pointy things I can come across. Aww. Look, I'm not a dog person, but I'll even admit, seeing this is pretty fucked up. What? The hell are these? Onions? Lemons? Kumquats? What are these? Holy crap, look at this polyp field. This game never ceases to amaze me with the visuals sometimes. The kids get captured and the next mission is another house raid. Yes! I love it! Oh, damn, I died. Oh, let's just give that another... Oh, okay. Well, it's official that I'm suck. Partway through this mission, Wolf's Den, I swapped from Kyle to Alex, who fell down a hole into a mine shaft. For some reason, the terrorists decide to light the mines on fire to kill me? But, they are also down here? Let's jump to Captive. This is 10 years in the past, and I'm playing a young adult Farah who is wasting away in a Russian prison.
None left.
General Barkov is an ass. Which is great, because again, I'm growing angry emotions towards the bad guy, and I'm getting invested into wanting to kill him. I got waterboarded. That was neat. Then I got to shiv a dude with a sharpened spoon, which was straight up G. You know what? This clip reminds me it's a good time to mention that I'm playing on veteran difficulty. For this game, it really isn't too bad because checkpoints drop all the time. I never have to replay more than a few seconds after every death. But take this moment for example. Where I respawn back into almost immediate death again, for a few times in a row. This is too common and really bad. The next mission, Old Comrades, rolls Kyle and Price into pursuing the Butcher, second big cheese again, through these city streets. It's very fun, it's very fast-paced and action-packed, albeit a short mission. When we succeeded in capturing him, we took his wife and child as leverage for interrogation. Talk about shit getting real, man. I'll be honest, I tried to shoot his wife. You actually can't. This cutscene is just Kyle throwing another tantrum. This mission, Going Dark, is not among my favorites. I rather don't like it. It's less about quick reflexing and situation processing and more dragged out stealth, hide, wait, shoot, hide, wait, shoot. This mission, contrary to my usual complaint in this game, actually takes too long. It is more of a waiting game than a skill one.
ما شفت قتل في شيء غلط رايح شوف مرة تانية ما شفت قتل في شيء غلط رايح شوف مرة تانية
Ah yes, nothing like another shit checkpoint to bring me back literally under the nose of enemy patrols. Oh, you know what? Somewhere along the line, I forgot to mention that the US military deemed Farah's military as hostiles because Hadir stole the gas. Farah holds Price at gunpoint during a meeting because she doesn't trust him, even though, Price is from the UK? He's SAS, not Marine. Why? What's up with the distrust? He's not even on American orders.
I knew I could trust you.
What? Then why are you holding him at gunpoint? Oh, finally. It's about time this war gets taken to the Peach State. Oh, shit. Wrong Georgia. The final mission, Into the Furnace. Time to blow the enemy base to hell. You start with an infinite drone strike designator, which is really fun to use. Ow, shit. Oh, hey, that's a juggernaut. This is probably the closest thing to a boss fight in a Call of Duty, and honestly, it's a pretty damn good fight. Yeah, you could just shoot him a bunch, but that'll take forever and is dumb. You can blind him with steam release switches, there are flaming shotguns just hanging on the wall. Like, just right there, unsecured, next to him. And what video game would this be without clearly explodable red barrels? And what do you know? Unfair checkpoint rocks my shit again. Turns out Juggernauts blew up our kabloomy switch and Alex decides to stay behind to set off the explosion, pretty much sacrificing his life for the cause. He and Farah argue about it for a bit. It's kinda awkward, and I don't really understand what made Alex so invested in this particular mission that he'd willingly throw his life at it. If I'm being honest, I kinda don't care about Alex's sacrifice. He didn't really develop much as a character, so I'm not really tied to him, emotionally or otherwise in any way. Farah gets the final kill on Barkov, stabbing him repeatedly. She gets the closure she deserves. But what about me? Did you guys notice that Barkov didn't age a day since he appeared 20 years prior? What kind of anti-aging beauty shit magic shit is that? I'll never know, Farah. You just murked the guy who could answer the question. Gee, thanks for saving the third world, I guess. Hope those innocent lives were worth the cost of skincare secrets. Who the hell is this guy? Game acts like I should have even the damnedest clue. Yeah, that's a crock of shit. The story does not continue in Spec Ops. Even if it technically does, the plot in Spec Ops is so devoid and absent, you'd never know there's even plot if the game didn't tell you right here. So I went back and replayed some missions to get the remaining achievements, which I'll talk about in a little bit here soon, and noticed a few more interesting things. For example, did you know oil filters universally fit every gun ever? American 1911? Done. Soviet AK? Pfft, no sweat. Nagging wife? Slap a filter over that bitch.
2-4 and 2-6 holding.
I can shoot children. No. Okay, I know that's not usually a thing to be excited about. I just want to make a nod to all the gamers who tried to kill some annoying brats in, say, Skyrim or Fallout. But I bet you couldn't, could you? Well, you might find that extra bit of relief in Modern Warfare. Although it is a mission fail. Ouch. The beginning of this episode, I stated how I hated the fact an Activision account was mandatory. Well, for some reason, when Activision's network shits the bed, I don't get to save campaign progress. Are you serious? I didn't ask for this shit to begin with. Is this the future of gaming? Alright, I'm gonna go be an athlete. Fuck this. Let's try the new Spec Ops mode, which, right off the bat, I don't love. I have to play as a party of 4. There's no solo play, so I hope I can tolerate whatever other freaks the matchmaking throws my way. Yeah, so Spec Ops may be the worst game mode I've ever played in any video game. I'm not exaggerating, guys. I wish I could say I was even a little bit. The missions are overly long, with uninteresting objectives over and over and over. The enemies, for whatever reason, are like actual bullet sponges, unlike the campaign. It's like the better part of a magazine to kill one guy unless you hit him in the head. Survival is nigh impossible, because the idea of difficulty here is endlessly spawning enemies from every direction, hordes on end, including juggernauts, armored vehicles, and attack choppers.
But Scooter, it's supposed to be hard as shit. That's the point.
Great. But it's not fun. The point of a game is to have fun. Dark Souls is hard as shit. But it's fun. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Because the challenge is fair. And overcoming a fair challenge is a testament to your growing skills as a player. You get that sense of, yes, I did it. But in this Spec Ops mode, your success is very much luck-based, being in the right places at the right time. What kind of accomplishment do you get when the feeling of beating these missions is more like, well, thank God that's over? I only bothered beating the original 4 Spec Ops missions. I was able to beat Headhunter, Kuvalda, and Crosswinds by just not playing the mission. I had to move around so I wouldn't get idle kicked, but otherwise I literally just avoided all combat and let my 3 teammates carry the workload. That's right, I was just a spawn bitch. And it's borderline mandatory to get a chance at victory. The only mission I didn't beat this way was Operation Paladin. That's because I used an invincibility glitch. You grab this hostage, you drop this hostage right in front of the helicopter, then you re-drop the hostage onto the helicopter, and whoa, I cloned a people, and now I'm unkillable. Somehow. I don't regret doing this. No shame, not one bit. These missions suck. Alright, let's wrap the bow on this package with some achievement talk. I am absolutely an achievement trophy addict. Near the video start, I mentioned that I hadn't played a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. Kinda. Coincidentally, that was the Call of Duty game where they started the trend of getting almost 100 achievements per game. Black Ops 2, 90. Ghosts, 91. Advanced Warfare, 90. Black Ops 3, 98. Infinite Warfare, 88. World War 2, 90. Black Ops 4, 102. Modern Warfare 2019? Oh. It's only got 27. I guess it's got 28 if you count the Platinum Trophy on PS4. Well shit, what a good time to swoop back in. Most of them are very easy mini-tasks, possible throughout the various missions. So I'll just talk about the achievements that caused trouble for me. We got Out of the Fire for beating the campaign on Veteran or Realism difficulty. These two difficulties are pretty much the same thing. Realism just takes your HUD away. Beating any game on a harder difficulty is, well, generally harder. But honestly, compared to other Call of Duty games, this might be the easiest of the bunch. Mostly because of the over-frequent use of checkpoints, but I think I also pretty well covered why that can make things suck too. The Golden Path achievement requires you to do the Clean House Night Raid without taking damage, and only using 1 bullet per enemy threat. This is my favorite achievement by far in this game. It's so fun to try. It's not a gimme. You have to replay the mission a few times and really learn the enemy positions for a perfect execution. It's not that hard, but you won't snag it without at least a little effort. In contrasting mood, the achievement We Own the Night really sucks. taking place in the shitty night stealth mission, Going Dark. The goal is to kill all enemies patrolling the church, pool, and clock tower without any of the enemies calling for reinforcements. You can make this easier by not talking to the hostages throughout the mission, which will prevent extra patrols and an enemy vehicle from spawning, but it's still a chore regardless. You can't really keep a checklist of who you have or haven't killed, and even if you somehow manage to keep a list, they patrol around anyways. If you're as unlucky as me, you'll kill everyone in your sight and still not get the achievement, because guess what? That one elusive fucker is still out there somewhere. Is he at the pool? The clock tower? Church? Damn, I wish I knew before I had to go aimlessly wander around for about an hour looking for him. However, the worst achievement in the game is Liberation, which is for completing all the Spec Ops missions. It's not the achievement's fault. As I said earlier, the Spec Ops missions just suck. Luckily, you only have to do the original 4, like I did. Oh my god, it would be so unbearable if you had to wait for them all. The stage has been set. Let's whip out that chart and pass judgment on Modern Warfare. The visuals. Call of Duty Modern Warfare has, hands down, the best game graphics I've ever seen in its cutscenes. This translates to a lot of set pieces in the campaign pretty often, but does not remain consistent throughout the gameplay. In addition, there were minor issues with textures waiting to pop in and game assets clipping each other. But overall, the visuals score an A rank. The audio. The voice acting is alright, sometimes not so alright, and the music is... holy shit. Does this game have music? I don't remember at all if this game even has music. I mean, I'm sure it must, somewhere. Well, maybe that speaks for itself. If there is music, it's so forgettable, I literally forgot it. Sound effects are great. I mean, guns sound like guns, explosions sound like explosions. Overall, the game just sounds like a war. Whether that's good or bad, I'll let you decide for yourself. But for me, the audio comes out at an average C rank. The plot. The plot boils down to get the deadly gas, stop the opposing general. Although I wasn't too impressed by the following 2 points, there were twists in the form of a betrayal and a character death. That makes it a little less cookie cutter, and compared to other Call of Duty games, its plot probably shines brighter than them. But let's be honest, is that really a hard standard to match or exceed? In the grand scheme of gaming nowadays, Modern Warfare's plot lands as solidly average, C rank. The characters. Alex is a dweeb, Kyle's a moody teenager, Farah is just boring, Hadir is straight up an asshole. I really like Price, but I mean, come on, everyone really likes Price. He's been a reoccurring fan favorite character in these games for years. Nikolai was a fun guy, but he barely had any screen time. If I didn't replay this game over 4 times just for this footage, and put the effort that I already have into this video, I'm pretty confident I would forget all of these faces in a year's time. Characters gets a D rank. The controls. Modern Warfare controls exactly how I'd expect it to. Typical first-person shooter mapping. Everything feels tight and responsive. I don't think I have a single complaint that can be traced back to the controls of the game. So I will gladly give this a well-earned S rank. The balance. I'm not talking multiplayer balance here, by the way. That sounds like a fucking science. I don't have decades of free time or millions of dollars in research budget to give an educated opinion on that. I mean game difficulty. Is it fair? Well, the campaign drops checkpoints all the time, but that's proven to not always be a good thing. Although in campaign, firefights are very fast-paced and over in a couple bullets, so your progress really doesn't suffer that much when mistakes are made. Spec Ops mode, though, has the worst possible example of balance ever. Or maybe the best possible example of horrific balance. Let's call balance a C rank. The performance. Does Modern Warfare run well without crashing and glitches? There were minor graphical hiccups. There were minor graphical hiccups here and there during campaign, but nothing crazy. Except that one time my campaign crashed because my account always had to be synced. That was pretty stupid. Spec Ops had issues all the time. Luckily, I think I managed to avoid at least some of the worst it reportedly has to offer. Let's call it a B. Oh, wait. I couldn't even play this game for a while when it soft-locked loading my account. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna give performance a C rank. The longevity. Does this game last? You get your bang for your buck. The campaign may only hold you over for a few days, honestly. You could play all the Spec Ops missions if you really hated your life that much. So that really puts all the weight on the shoulders of the multiplayer, which, yeah, if you dig the multiplayer, you can kill months on this game. There's so much to level up and unlock, challenges, bonus stuff, it's a treasure trove. It's not for everybody, and if you don't care for multiplayer, like myself, you're definitely not going to get much mileage out of this game. But I'd be dishonest if I just swept aside what was actually there, so I will say a B rank for longevity. The gameplay. Is Modern Warfare just fun to play? The campaign, as much as I just ragged on it, is very fun to play from a gameplay perspective. There's level variety and neat little side mechanics to break it up. The problem is the campaign's only going to last so long, and a large audience in general may just bypass it altogether for the multiplayer. I gotta be real with you guys. I barely touched this game's multiplayer. Like, I played maybe a half dozen games. What I did play was I was pretty fond of, though. And take that as a compliment from a guy who really doesn't care for multiplayer games. People more versed in the topic may claim Modern Warfare's multiplayer has the better game modes and the worst maps. So take that for what it is. It sounds like the multiplayer breaks even. The Spec Ops mode is terribly unfun, utter trash, and a waste of time. Don't even bother. Spec Ops Survival still won't be released until November of this year, as in 2020, probably around the time the next Call of Duty releases. At least that has been the Call of Duty release window historically, since 2005. What a terrible business decision. In summary, out of the 3 main game modes in Modern Warfare, one is just horrible, one seemingly breaks even, according to everyone else, and one is really fun, but doesn't last that long. Even with all that considered, the game doesn't reinvent any wheels in gameplay, and at its core, it's just another first-person shooter. So I'm gonna give gameplay a C rank as an overall experience. The completion. Alright, completionists, my kind of people. If you want all the achievements here, I highly recommend going for it. It is a very easy list to breeze through, with minimal struggles being tied to the Spec Ops, veteran playthrough, and a couple miscellaneous things. This achievement list gets an A rank from me. Now for the finale. What is Modern Warfare's ultimate score to me? Thanks to the power of math, I will average out all these ranks I just gave, with gameplay related things carrying a bit more weight than other things. Call of Duty Modern Warfare gets a C rank overall, which I can wholeheartedly agree with. If you were to ask me how Modern Warfare was, I would say it's a pretty decent but average shooter. Average isn't bad by any means, don't get me wrong. C is a passing grade. In fact, this game is spectacular, if not unbeatable, when it comes to graphics and tight controls. But that can only carry a game so far, and it had problems in other areas. When it boils down to the gameplay, this game doesn't jump any hurdles that Call of Duty games didn't clear before it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was my very first video like this, and I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know by leaving comments, liking, sharing, subscribing, bell clicking, all that jazz. The next video I do will be on an old school game that started a juggernaut franchise. I hope to see you guys there too, because it's dangerous to go alone. Hinty hint?